which isn't a big deal. I wake up at 7 a lot, but I was up till 3 finishing a fan fiction. But I woke up at 7. It doesn't
How's your
matter.
fan fiction going?
Oh, well, hopefully good. It starts on.
Oh, it hasn't started yet.
Yeah, it hasn't started yet. I just found one that I really wanted to read immediately. Even though I have other stuff I have to read, I'm still a mood reader. Okay. Like doing this quote unquote professionally has not stopped me from still doing whatever the fuck I want.
It's not quote unquote, you're doing it professionally. Like
I know, but I know I'm meeting with hopefully my accountant on Tuesday, and I'm super nervous about
I know the joys of tax season when you work for yourself.
I know. I'm scared. I'm pretty scared because, well, I mean, I'm not. Getting the accountant is good. And she's an accountant that, like, she works with small businesses. So,
that's
like,
good.
She charges different based on what
you
bring in. So I was like, well, that'll be nice. But, I mean, I know that tax is going to suck for me, but.
You can write off a bunch of stuff, though, I'm sure. Like, pretty much every book you buy, you can write it off.
And I did just last month, I got my I signed up for an LLC. So I'm a fish. JFM Media is a thing now. So
nice.
Yeah, it is.
Congrats.
Right. I'm honestly I like that name. It makes me sound like I'm
so profesh. I love it.
I know. But yeah, I'm yeah. And from what I don't know. That's the hard thing too, is that's like there's YouTuber, like I've been able to look up YouTuber information about how they do their taxes, but they're usually talking about huge ones.
Millions of dollars. Yeah, I know.
Right. Like they're dealing with it really big. And so I'm just like, yeah, but what about when you're like little and the amount I would have to pay in taxes would be like, put me into debt.
Right.
But from what I've seen, like the first year you're able to write off, there's the first year like credit on your tax.
Oh, that's right.
And then I'm hoping to do quarterly tax. Sorry everyone who hopped in. We're talking business, but I finally signed up to go meet an accountant. So I'm like, it's on my brain because I'm like, probably need to start a separate like bank account and stuff next year and everything.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it'll be okay this year that I've just itemized everything. Because I'm like, I didn't think of those things when I started. I was just like, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to have enough money coming in?
Well, that happened to you out of nowhere. So you didn't really have time to prepare.
Yeah. So that's the thing. But I was like, you know what? I'm blessed that like I haven't had to ask for unemployment. I haven't had to look for a different job. Everyone's been amazing. So that's where I'm like, when I panic, when I spiral, I'm like, you are okay.
Yeah.
You are okay.
Don't borrow anxiety from the future.
Exactly, girl. You know it. But, all right. People are waking up. Hello, big sis. Hello.
Good morning.
I don't want to say bye and go.
Oh,
the doggos.
Yes, he has to babysit the doggos.
Oh, okay. They're so cute. Everyone, hello. Good morning, Candace. Daniela, that's the best part when I do it in the morning. It's like afternoon in Germany. Oh my goodness. Bree, what is up with you, my friend? Like,
what is up with me? I don't do anything. Like, there's nothing new for me. We got a puppy, and that's like the biggest thing. I'm going to Shameless next weekend. That's a big thing.
So jealous. Oh my gosh. Like,
I mean, there's not really a lot of authors that I love that are going. Like, I only know a handful, but it's more like the friends that I'm excited to see.
Oh, absolutely. Like, man, it's funny too because like Love in Vegas, like no one was talking about that when it was announced. And like I was gonna try to go to that one because I could stay with Tiffany. But it was like flights into Vegas were ridiculous, which they never are from where I'm from. Like they offer usually very cheap flights to Vegas. I was like, oh, well, I'll get tickets for this, and then the flight will only be this. And they have skyrocketed and not went back down. Like they've stayed.
Did I was gonna say flights have been ridiculous. I've been glancing at them, but anywhere. Like
yeah. Well, and from where I'm from, the least you can pay is like $600 because I have to do from where I am, I have to pop to other stuff. So it's either drive 3 hours to fly out or because I have an airport. I have an international airport here, but you have to hop around all over. But anyway, no one was talking about it, and then all of a sudden, it feels like all of my friends are going to
I
that.
know.
You guys are going to this, and
I
they're all
think as more and more people are showing pictures of them going to different events, more and more people are like, oh, what event is near me? What's next? And then they start.
Yeah. I don't know. And I mean, also, like, I discovered the Readers in Denver one, which I was super intrigued by because Beverly Jenkins was going to that one. And it has more than just, it has more than just romance, more than like indie romance, you know, it has like the traditionally romance. So it like Sherilyn Kenyon, who I've loved since I was a girl. That feels weird to say, but it's true. And then, yeah, like Beverly Jenkins was going. And then there are some like just regular fiction writers going too. So it's going to be huge. And they just keep adding people all the time. Like ginormous, the amount of people.
Wow.
The amount of authors going to that one. But that one is also very expensive. Like the event is $250.
Oh, some of these event prices, I'm like, holy crap. Like Shameless, at least, I think like the base, which I just got the signing only, was like $25. Yeah. And like I can drive there. It's only like hour 45 minutes away from me, which is great because I don't like traveling. So
is that one day too?
No, I think it's like I think it even starts Thursday, it goes to Sunday. But I just do the signing because I'm not really interested in the panels, and then I'm not the gala thing. I'm kind of like about. So like, I think if there were more authors that I'm obsessed with that were going, I would want to go to the gala just to talk to them. But I think like the people that are going, like friends that are going, were more like, let's just stay in our hotel room and hang out.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, that's the thing, like Wanderlust was, the base ticket is like $39.
Oh, nice.
Because it's a 1 day, 5-hour thing. And then like you could do the after party if you wanted, which like we all paid for. And then we went to dinner with the large. It's totally fine. Like, there's my flex. Like, yeah, I got to go to dinner with them. But I mean, that's why we paid for the after party, because we're like, oh, please, like, we can do this. And then it didn't bother me so much that my flight was what it was, and because the ticket for that. And then like you buy so much in books. Like me anyway. I spent a lot in books, and that was kind of the fun part, to go with no expectations. Like there was only 4 authors that I knew ahead of time. And I still bought a lot of freaking books because the authors talked me into their books, and it was fun because you just see, and all the models were there and everything. So
I think Shameless is gonna have models. I wish more audiobook narrators went, like it was more regular that they're at all these things. I would love that.
Yeah, some of that looks fun. Because isn't there one of the signings like is an Audible narrator, like audio, like narrator?
I think so, but I don't know what it's called or where it is. But I need to know because I would love to go to that one.
Because there's a group on Facebook called like, it's not Audibly Addicted. That's a podcast that exists, but there's a group I'm in on Facebook that like all the big narrators are in, and I think they announce stuff in there. But
I'll have to look it up. I'm in one. I forget what it's called, but I'll have to check and see if they talked about it. I'm sure they would.
There's finally going to be a romance one even closer to you. Oh, well, that's good.
That's good.
Crossing your fingers. Yeah. I mean, I'm on the list for Book Bonanza. Me and Jess and our spots are held, but I don't know if we're going to get it. We're so far down that literally every person who has tickets would have to like roll their tickets over for us to get on, I think. But I don't know. For my 30th, my sister and I are going to Universal Orlando. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm like, if I don't get to go to that, like,
if you want to do dinner, it's only like an hour and 45 minutes for me. I'll drive over.
Oh my God, I totally will. Because I will totally. I kind of want to. That's a hard thing when you like plan your, like, because we like stay on resort and everything, because it was just so much easier. But I want us to have like an extra day, or we're gonna take a day out of the park this time, like in the middle of the week, to just chill. Granted, I'm a lot healthier than I was 5 years ago, but I was so exhausted.
I think even the healthiest person gets worn out going to those.
I mean, my sister was.
The weather and everything.
Well, my feet got fucked up because I got a blister on the first day.
Oh no.
So by the end of it, Bree, I had 7 blisters on my feet.
No.
Like in the morning, before I got out of bed, I had to take some ibuprofen and like wait because the first like impact to my feet, it was so painful.
Oh, I bet.
So I'd have to like hobble into the toilet. I was like, I need a walker. Yeah. And it hurt so bad.
And that's like for weeks. Those blisters last forever. It's hard to get.
Oh my gosh. When I got back, like my feet, it just like sloughs off. I had brand new baby feet.
Well, I mean, that's one way to do it. Forget
it. Like, oh my gosh. But anyway, it was great. But yeah, that was for her 30th birthday that we went. And so we're going to go for my 30th birthday, which yeah.
Just you and your sister?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love that.
She's very much like, we're not taking my kids to that until
oh my God. I don't blame her.
Yeah. She's like, well, because we love it. So she's like, we're not going to go to a place where we want to have fun and then I have to be a mom.
Exactly. Like, yeah. I feel that. Like, it's cute because like my friends will invite me to do stuff like, oh, you can bring your kids. I'm like, I'm not doing that because then I'm home the entire time and I'm not going to be able to enjoy myself.
Exactly. Yeah. And they would just be overwhelmed anyway. And so she's like, we'll do that when they're teenagers and like all of them are, and they can experience it and enjoy it and realize what a rewarded or like a thing it is. It's not just like, oh, we deserve it. It's like, no, this is like a thing. Yeah. But anyway, I wish there was romance signing close to Phoenix. Oh, I'm surprised there isn't. I would love to go, but I'm too scared.
I don't blame you for being scared to travel by yourself. That is me.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I've had to get used to it, so I'm pretty chill now. But the first time I went somewhere alone was terrifying.
Oh,
it's called Allure in Chicago. Okay. Perfect. Thanks, Dory. Universal is awesome. It's so exhausting.
I needed a vacation after vacation. That's true. If I do things for the vacation, honestly, I don't do things when I go on vacation anyway very often, but I have to have a vacation. I always make sure I have like a day or two after my vacation to back to work.
Yeah, because I was just, we were so sunburned and exhausted. And like we straight up took naps every day. Like we go at gate open so we could go to the good stuff. And then we come back and nap for like 3 hours and then go back and have dinner and stuff.
The sun alone will exhaust you. Like when we go over to the beach condo and we're literally just sitting on the beach in the sun, like exhausted. We need to take a nap.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show off a couple things and then we'll do a sprint because this is why I was like, oh, we better do it right away because we'll talk and we'll only end up doing a sprint because we just want to talk with each other. So thanks everybody for joining. But I wanted to show these off because I can't remember if you read this one. Did you read Viper? Have you read Naomi Lucas yet?
I don't remember. I know I read a Viper romance, but I can't remember. That cover doesn't look familiar to me, but I'm guessing it's a special edition.
Yeah, these are like she did clinch covers for her.
I'm obsessed with that cover.
Ready? Look at this one.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
I know. And then
more of that. Oh yes, I did read the Naga Bar. Yeah, I read the first one. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I love this one because he's a water serpent. And he's like, they're stuck in this like tunnel with no water at one point, and he like sucks the water off her dreads. It's amazing. And then I don't have Death Adder yet, but I'm gonna get that one too. So I freaking love these.
Stunning.
They're beautiful.
Like even if I don't love those books, I kind of just want to get those covers anyway.
I know, they're beautiful. The details on these ones. It just makes me happy that some authors are still gonna do clinch covers as the alternate. Like this is the alternate.
Yes.
We have both. We won't get into it because I got into it on my live earlier this week, but just
with their sassy rant.
It drives me bonkers. I'm like, just offer both. It's two options for people to buy your books. Like what? Why?
Right. Like why are we getting rid of one?
Why are we doing this? Anyway. And then I can't remember if I mentioned this to you, but this one has an audio. It's called The Shield and the Thistle by Jillian Bondarchuk. And this is like Outlander. Like legit. It's a time travel.
More or less romance in it.
More.
Okay.
It's a fantasy historical romance.
Hold, please. What is it called?
It's called The Shield and the Thistle. And the audiobook is really great. I hope I should have grabbed the other one too. But if you're looking it up, you'll see the second one's called The Oath, and that cover is even prettier. It's just beautiful.
Love that. I'm looking it up now.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's an audio for the first one.
Where did you get the audio from?
I have it. I got it on Audible. Yeah.
You bought it?
Yep. I bought it. It was worth it. But yeah, this girl is visiting her grandma in Scotland, and there's a spooky cat. Well, it's not a spooky castle, but a castle that has mysteries. And then she goes into a cave when she goes hiking, and she wakes up in, is it medieval Scotland? It's a ways back Scotland. There's still, because like the second one then is a paranormal historical, so it stays in the past, but there's magic and like shifters and stuff in that one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I definitely liked the second one more, just because, you know, time travel, it's hard to stick the landing for it. So I had to just kind of be like, oh, it's okay.
Suspend your disbelief for a little bit.
Right. And I mean, I say it of like, Diana Gabaldon doesn't even know what she's doing with time. Right. Okay, she can't make up. I mean, she probably does, and she's keeping it a secret from me, but she knows something. But anyway, I thought I would share those because The Shield and the Thistle was great. Like, I think Colin is the hero's name. He was so swoony. Like, he's very good.
Ooh, it's on KU, and you can do the Whisper Sync for only $7.49.
Perfect. That's probably how I got it.
Yeah,
because I saw the author. She's a bookstagrammer.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I had seen someone post the book, and I was like, "Excuse me, what are these?" Because she just had like an item cover before, like she had a sword and a thistle on the front of it, and then she paid to get these like clinch covers, and I was like, "Girl, sold." Like a shield and a thistle, that's on everything. Like literally, I can grab 5 books off of it, but you put a clinch cover on,
right?
And it's a fantasy, historical. Like, I'm into it. I'm here for it. So yeah. So what are we reading? What are you reading? Or you're gonna do?
I'm working. Yeah. So I have work stuff to do.
Are you listening to anything?
I am listening to Boot Up by Danielle Allen. I'm doing a reading vlog this weekend of like Halloween romances. So that's my first one.
Love it. Oh, hey, Tara. Hey, Tara and
Paige. What's up, Paige?
Definitely want to read it. Yes. Yeah. And I mean, I don't think it does a horrible job. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's difficult with time travel.
Yeah.
And her whole like series isn't time travel. It's literally just the first one, and it's like an isolated thing. So it's kind of a thing of like, it's kind of like she did it, and then she was like, "We're not going to do that again."
This was hard.
Okay. Yeah, which is okay, because I like the, like I said, I love the second one. If you see the cover of that one, like the heroine is a witch, and she was like burned at the stake as a kid, so she has scars down her whole, and it's actually in the photo. I told everyone, I was like, look, there is a historical romance with a scarred.
Which actually shows the scar. That's lovely.
It's always one side of his face, and that's the side turned. Like, my mom even made a joke about that the other day, because she randomly on her own found the To Beguile a Beast, and she's like, he's supposed to be horribly scarred on half of his body, and he has his face turned. And I was like, well, Mom, that's probably because this is a generic photo shoot, and they didn't put scars on him. But yes, we stumbled across the great mystery of historical books where none of them have any scars, even though they like should. But anyway, Boot Up. Okay, well, that sounds fun. Danielle Allen, I need to read more of hers. I read a lot of her like incest books.
Oh God, I didn't even know she had a bunch of incest.
She has a couple.
Okay.
Is it Danielle Allen? It is. Is it Daniel James? Maybe I just messed them up. They were almost. Anyway.
Danielle Allen wrote Truth or Dare. It was.
Yes. Okay. I just lied then. I think it's Danielle James. She has like cousin ones or something like that. I don't remember. They were really good when I did that video way back when. So, oh yeah, yes, you in the comments, tell me what you're reading too. I'm sorry. I'm happy to be talking with my friends, so I'm missing out. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Hope that breaks your slump. Well, Mackie, it might break your slump or it might put you in another one.
Yeah, it depends. I feel like it's pretty divisive. Some people love it, some people hate it.
Well, I mean, I loved it so much. I like cried for
I loved it too.
a whole day after, and I'm a little bit terrified for them to make a movie of that, and that it would.
Are they definitely making a movie of that?
I mean, I was pretty sure, unless like it's only in development and never happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the sticker on it now, so we'll see.
Oh, so it's got to be.
Shut up, Daniela. I was supposed to be on the ARC team for this, and then it just never came to me. And then I was like, I have too much to do to message her and be like, hey, give it to me. I want to read that book really bad, but it literally comes out on Sundays. Okay. Yes, girl. I was also going to talk about that. I'm wearing my Stay a Spell swag right now. That has all my book boyfriends on it, which makes me very happy. I have my book boyfriends on. But I have two things to choose from. I am reading Breath of Fire. I'm rereading it. And I've got to say, I don't know if Cayenne is watching, but she's who I'm annotating this for. Mm-hmm. And this is rough going this time around. I don't know why, but this hero is very abusive. Mm-hmm. And I do not remember that. I gave these books 5 stars the last time I read them. And I'm sure that's why she picked them, because that's a thing. Like, my patrons usually pick books that I love to reread. And so I feel so bad because I'm really trying to like not focus in on that.
That's hard.
But it's so obvious because now everything he does, like, he's so quick to anger.
Is it the same hero from the first book, or is it different? Oh,
it's the same. The first one, though, like, it works because it is a captive,
right?
And he's still very like, he still is very like falling for her, and but needs her help. And then he just like flips a switch, and now she's in love with him, and he is just so like possessive, and not in the way that I like, because I like that. But literally, she keeps a secret from him for his safety. And when he finds out, he's so angry that he takes his sword and attacks the bed to get his violence out. He ruins their bed.
Oh my God.
And then he also shoves her up against the wall and is like, I don't want to see you right now.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I'm going to go away. But then in the next scene, she's like, went somewhere else to take a nap. She's like, I just need to go back to sleep. I'm going to sleep. And he's like, I thought you left me. And she's like, you told me you didn't want to see me. He's like, I didn't want to see you right then. I just need to make it.
No.
Literally, y'all.
That's so immature. I hate it.
It is. It is. He does that. And so I'm like really bummed because like she picked the whole trilogy to be annotated, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So
I know.
I'm going to get through it. I'm just really going to have to like pick out the more generic things, because usually I'm like, oh, so swoony. And I'm like, I remember loving him. And now I'm just like, I don't understand.
Douche. I hate when I have read a book and it's 5 stars and I reread it and it's less. I have to sit down now.
Oh, yeah. That imitation of him killing. Well, girl, he basically whines like a little bitch. I don't know another thing to say about it. And so it's like, it's kind of disappointing to me because I don't remember him reading this way. So I don't know. But I'm like, whatever, can't help it. Who is your favorite couple from Stay a Spell? That depends on the day, Mackie. Come on. Who asks these types of questions? Oh, my word. You asked it twice. I saw it, Mackie. The answer is, I can't tell you that. I don't have an answer.
Today, who's your favorite couple today?
I mean, today, it's them. It's Ruben and Jules, because I just read them. But Gareth and Livy, I really, really love that. But second chance romance is kind of my thing. And it's funny, too, because I was just going through my 6-star books. And my 6-star books for the year, 5 out of the 13 books I've read that are 6 stars are second chance romances. So
that tells you something.
Like, I have a type. But Anyway.
Are you rereading all your 6 stars again in December? Is that when you usually do it?
Yes. Yeah. I luckily this year I won't have to reread all of them because I've been rereading them most of the year.
Oh yeah, for your annotations and stuff.
Yeah. And I need to reread Manacled. So I'm going to need a good week for that. But I'm very excited to do it. But second chance romance are not my thing. See, and a lot of people say that. I think for me, it's like, it's a specific kind of second chance romance. Because like any trope, it can be done poorly.
Right.
I've just read a lot of really great ones. And so then those are my favorite. Like, I am not okay with they argued because he cheated on her and then she gives him a second chance. Like,
and he doesn't grovel at all. Like that's
But I've just been pining for you. I've never slept with anyone since you. I've just been waiting for you to realize we should be together again. Yes, I will.
Yes, give me that.
I will take that. But okay. Well, like I said, we wasted away a half an hour. I mean, it's not wasted. It's a good time. Let's go ahead. Let me pull this up here. Oops, not a slide. How do I do this? There we go. Share screen. We'll do a 30-minute one. And this one will have a loud beeping noise, so I'll try to catch it before it does. But
before it scares everyone.
Yeah, but just be prepared that it's gonna be loud. So, oh, I didn't even say the other thing. I was maybe gonna read that one, but I also have the audio for this going, and I have a few things that I could get done. So it's Tower of Dawn. Sorry, it's shiny.
Such a gorgeous cover.
It's the best freaking cover. And then there's the bird on the back.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And I just got exactly to the halfway point.
Oh,
where Nezrin and Kale we're done with that. And I'm like, yeah, now it can really get going.
Right.
But anyway. Well, Daniela, it shouldn't meow, but it is going to be very loud. So sorry, your cat is gonna have to
suck it up, kitty.
Right? Okay, let's get going.
What happened?
I told you it'll just freeze sometimes.
Oh, it just froze up. Probably because you weren't doing anything.
I know. 15 more minutes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it back up. Anyway, thanks for telling me because I did not notice. Okay. Stop it before it screams at us.
Yes. Did you get pretty far?
Yes, I'm just pushing through this. I need to finish it. So I'm just pushing through. And now we're fighting monsters. So he's not being as annoying and everything. But
Does he get better? Do you remember? Is he
Yeah.
just kind of off in the beginning? And
yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Oh,
went off
Take it off.
anyway.
Turn it off. Stop. I just removed it. I didn't take it off. There we go. Oopsie. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I think also there's something about, like, I listened to the audios for these and I read them very quickly. So I guess I just didn't pick up on it, but it's okay. There's so much cool mythology stuff in these, and while I'm definitely like my ratings lowered, like there's still a lot of really cool stuff in this world and all the different gods and goddesses and stuff. And so yeah, I just don't know why I didn't pick up on it. It wouldn't be the first.
Well, I feel like when you're annotating, like you're really paying more attention because you're like making notes and stuff. So that probably will change your view on it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been the best part. Like what's been good is that my 6-star books, when I reread them like this and annotate, they either stay the same and I love them even more, or I'm like, well, that was just a momentary like shock and awe. Because there's definitely some of those. Like I know it. Like Does It Hurt by H.G. Carlton. I gave that a 6-star book. I know 1000% I'm not going to think it's a 6-star book when I reread it. It was a one-time, like, I was having a great time reading that book, and I thought the twist was really cool, and I was like, this is 6 stars because I want to. But even just talking with it with my friends, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to like it as much the second time because now I know what's going on. But
does that make you sad when you have to lower, especially when it's like a favorite and a 6-star book? Like you get that amazing feeling, and then I don't know. I feel like I'd be sad if I went back and read it and it just wasn't as good.
It would for other ones, but it did not for that. Well, it won't for that one. I haven't reread that one yet, but
it's not like emotionally
right.
connected to it.
Yeah, you're right, but that's why I do the rereads, because I want to make sure they really stay. And there's some tight competition this year. So if I reread someone, I'm like, this is more of a 5 than a 6, or like it's still good. I'm just like, fine, good. One to move down the list, because literally, like, whenever I have Kennedy Ryan on a list, you're gonna have to fight really hard.
Yeah.
But I don't think Flawless hasn't won your thing yet, right? I know I voted for it in one of your polls, but I didn't win.
No, it hasn't. I'm reading the Jennifer Hartman one this
right month. And I saw that, which I'm interested for you to read that one too. But I have like literally not the slightest doubt that Flawless and Heartless will be very loved by you. I don't think there's
well, I've seen everyone read it. Like Elsie Silver, everyone has been talking about it, so I'm excited to read it. I will eventually. But
yep. They hit it. They hit it this time. This year, the books that people been catching, I've been like, "Are you sure? Are you
right?"
Sure? But yeah, I read Flawless for my patrons, and I really loved it. Like, it was so fun. Okay. But then I read Heartless, and I was like, this is another takeover for me. Like, that's how it was for me. I read it, and I was I was a third of the way into it, and I was like, unless this is a disaster of a third act, this is a 6-star book. And it is.
I feel like sometimes you just know. Like,
you get
from right away. That's what I got when I read the Lily Mayne book. Like, immediately I was like, I love this book. I'm going to love this book.
Yep. I'm so glad you did. I knew you would. I wish more of those kind had audiobooks, because I know it'd be easier for you to get to. But that was one where that was my first viewer. No, it wasn't the first viewer book, but that was one where I was like, I'm going to read 30 pages and DNF this.
Right.
Weird. And then I was like,
I thought so too.
I couldn't stop. Yeah. Because we judge books by covers, like we do, even though some of my favorite books have the worst covers. Like, one of my favorite historicals of all time has fucking shadow puppets on the front of it. It is a horrible cover, and I love it so much. And like the Cherise Sinclair series that I just love, it has horrible covers, and so like no other booktubers have read it, and like I only read it because one of my viewers sent me the entire set as a gift, and so I was like, wow. I feel like I have to try this.
Right.
And I loved them, and I was like,
your viewer knew.
Because that's not always the case, you know. But
yeah, the Marked series by Jay Crownover has the worst covers because they chose the worst cover models, and it's just their faces, and I'm like, no, but I love that series so much.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for me, like Heartless has all of it because it has the cute cover, and it's a single dad, and it's a cowboy. Cowboys are big right now. Cowboys are big right now.
See, and I think that's what I'm not a big cowboy person, so I'm kind of like, but we'll see.
But it's also not like the first one definitely is part of it because he's a bull rider. But Cade, like, yeah, we're on it, but he's not like, they're not on horses all the time and he's rounding it up. Like, she's watching the kid, and it's more of the like a single dad thing. So I think that's the thing is like, for me, it being a cowboy thing is the extra cherry on top, but he could be doing anything. Right. He's a grumpy single dad who's been burned. You know, he could be a CEO. He could be a billionaire. Like, he could be any of those things. It's just even sweeter because it's like, oh, and the family's so perfect. And like Willa is the smartest heroine. Like, she's so just, oh, I just love it. I'm so sick of reading that as a plot device is people be dumb. Like, characters to move the plot forward. And this year, man, that is what I've been looking for in my 6-star books. Like, when I reread the Grace Draven, I just reread it for Daniela. I just forgot the name.
Entreat Me?
Yes. I love that so much. Did not know I could love that book more. Lou is the best fucking character I've ever read.
I need to reread that one.
Oh my God. She's smart. She's protective. She is sassy. She is good with her body. She had a great husband. He wasn't abusive, and she's like torn up about it. Like, the hero respects her husband for who he was. Like,
right.
When do you read that? It's always she's like crying over him and afraid to love again, or he was abusive and she's scared. Like, no, she is sad her husband died. She had a great husband, but she's also open to someone. Like, oh, that book is so good, and I just reread it.
It's refreshing to read that.
Yeah, I was like, I thought this was a fluke, and I'm like, no, this is a sex positive fantasy story with like, he has body image issues because he's a beast. Like, what the fuck? And and he loves his adopted kid, the kid who's not his. He takes on the curse for him. Like, I just love it so much.
I know.
And I reread it, and I'm like, yes, I love this, and I love when that happens, because I think the thing with because you haven't read Before I Let Go, right? Because you don't do arcs really anymore.
No, I don't do arcs. No.
Okay. And like, that's the thing with that book is like, it's so great, but it's very heavy because that's what she writes.
I'm scared of it.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to read it as soon as it comes out, but I know I have to mentally.
Right. And you have to for her. It's like, you have to be prepared. And it's such a heavy hitter that it's like in its own, you know, her books just sit in this other like own little place, you know? Yeah. But when I'm reading like books like Entreat Me and like Heartless, they are like pure joy. I love that. Like, they don't like hurt even though you love it, which again, definitely a place for that. I love being cathartic with a book and like, I like crying when I read. Like, that's one of my things on my list for 6 stars. Like, did I cry when I was happy or something like that? And that happened with like Terrene by Amara Ray. I was crying during the first love scene, and I didn't even literally did not notice I was crying because it was just so beautiful. And then I was like, why can't I see the page? Oh my God, I'm crying right now. Wow, 6-star book. There we go. And Heartless, I had a smile the entire time. And I was just like, she is magical. This author, this book at least, like, again, Flawless was fun. The third act was like a little squeaky, but still, I mean, it's a third act. Third acts do what they're going to do.
It doesn't. Third act breakups and stuff do not bother me at all. I know a lot of people don't like them. I don't mind at all.
No, well, and this one isn't even that. It's the like, for me, like third act breakup, I'm used to it. It's how it happens. Like, is it like, what kind of miscommunication is it? Because some miscommunications, I'm like, you guys are stupid. Like I said, I don't like people being stupid. Like if it's because like, hey, I don't think this is gonna work because of different personalities, or like you lied to me and we need to work out. Like those are miscommunications that like you need to figure it out for your relationship to work. But when it's like, I don't know, Heartless doesn't have a third act conflict, and it's still a perfect story in my opinion. It's fantastic. So anyway, that one for me, like I'm literally like, I don't know what happened. And Kennedy Ryan's book is amazing, but like the readability of that book is not going to be very high. You know, like I'm going to listen to the audio, I'm going to reread that. But that's the kind of book that once you go through that, you're like, I don't want to go through that again because I experienced it.
Like, this is 6 stars, but I'm setting it aside. And like,
right. And Heartless, I'm going to go read that when I have a sad day because it just, it's so cute. And it has the cutest little kid. He's so stinking adorable. Like, anyway, let me go through a couple of these. You were reading The Cowboy's Bride, Dramini. Here we are. And The Orc Wife by S.J. Sanders. I need to read more S.J. Sanders. Yes, I do. I've only read one. And it probably wasn't my best one to start with because it was a Omegaverse fairy tale retelling. And like those are a tough sell for me, but the writing was fun. I just need to try a different one of her styles, I think. Lou is an amazing mother figure.
Yes.
She's also self-aware. Because like, guys, I could do a whole hour about it. I could just go. She's literally like, are you going to loosen the reins? And she's like, when you're married to him. I know I'm being stupid, but like, you're my little sister and I'm not letting this happen. And you just are like, she's so self-aware of it, almost to the point of being too much, but she's amazing. Lou is your top female characters. Yes, she's so great.
She's great.
Like, I just filmed.
The outside relationships are also good in that.
Yeah. The grouchy wizard. He's great. Grouchy wizard. Because I just filmed a badass female character video, and Lou is like, she's the top. She has nothing but her 2 hands and her wit.
Love that.
She's great. Love it so much. Heartless. Yeah, you gotta read Polly. You gotta read it. It's fantastic. I feel like so many authors use a third act breakup to give angst. There's another way to deliver on the angst without having them break up. Right. And again, like Bree said, they don't always bother me because they happen. Like they're, if there's no angst at all, then viewers rightly so can be like, nothing happened in this book because you do need to have
why
a plot.
Does this end?
Right. But if you don't want to have a third act breakup, like you have to have some other kind of external angst or something that they're overcoming, which is something that I think, not to talk about my bestie again, but I think that Juliet Cross does very well, is she will usually have like the internal angst at the mid part of the book. And then once her characters are together, it's like external stuff that they have to face together. And I love that because it's like, you still have the tension of like, are they together yet? What's going on? But then once we're together, I'm not afraid that like Mateo's going to say the wrong thing and Evie's going to be like, well, I don't think we can be together now. Like,
I think at the end of the day, it's all about believability though, because to me, like I usually don't like insta-love because of believability, but if I can believe it, if the author makes me believe that they have instantly fallen in love, I'm in. Or like at the end, if the author makes me believe that miscommunication makes sense and that the angst makes sense, then it works for me. So it's just believability.
Yeah, that's true. Because like there are stupid reasons why people break up, and there are miscommunications that like I think how many times I've had miscommunications with friends because I word something the wrong way, and then
they don't say anything because they don't want to hurt your feelings and they don't want to make a big deal out of it, but they're festering. Like it happens. It's just you have to make me believe it.
Yes. Yeah. Make me believe that I could make this mistake. or else.
Or that character, it made sense that character made that mistake, and that they, like, even if it's a dumb mistake, like it has to make sense for the character.
Right. I'm reading Resting Maxu. All right.
High romance, matriarchal planet, cool.
Oh, Patricia, I'm intrigued.
I know.
I think in paranormal it's easier not to have a third act because something evil gets them together. Yes, exactly it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, and that's a thing you see in like all of Cressy Cole's books, because generally they take so long to get together anyway, and so if she had them third act breakup, that would be bad.
I know.
We took so long to get here.
Right.
I think that's a specific trope that I don't love in when it's done in contemporary, is the like we take till 60% to get together, right? So 60% we're together. There's like 3 sex scenes in a row, and then they overhear something, they break up. So they're literally together for like 15%, and then there's a breakup. That I think
you seem very stable.
right. You're like, you just started fucking, and then like you hear one thing and you fly off the handle, and I'm like, not so much.
Like Christina C. Jones is interesting because in a lot of her books, the characters sleep together right away, but they're not in love right away. Like it's a one night thing. It just happens. Or even if it's like friends to lovers, it's a one time thing, but then it's slowly and they're just like, yeah, this isn't going to be anything. But then slowly but surely they're like starting to come together. And I like
that. That is the way that I like insta love or one night stands. Like I love one night stands, and then like the person's your professor, or it's your
I love
sister's ex-boyfriend. Like I love, or it's your boyfriend's dad. Like,
oh my God,
love those things because like I know they're not in love with each other, and then we have the conflict of like, ooh, you're a forbidden person, but now I know what it tastes like, and I want it. Yeah,
exactly. It's like all they can think about back in their head.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I know we're getting close. Do you want to do like a 20-minute one? Is that okay? Or do you need to go
let's do 20. We'll do 20 minutes, and then we'll probably have lunch after that.
Perfect. Gotta make sure getting your nutrients. I don't know. That was a weird choice of words.
I know what you meant. It's fine.
Yeah. Here's what. Oh, that's not the right button. Why do I keep it? I know. I always hit the like settings instead. There we go. No, what I was going to do is I'm going to mute that screen. Now it won't make noise. Okay. Anyway. Okay. 20 more minutes. Let's go. Hello.
Did you catch it?
I did. Turn it off this. There we go. Well, at least I'm making some progress today. It's easier to be focused when I'm doing this because I'm not trying to do 5 million other things. But
yes, sprints will do that.
Yeah, they're helpful. But are you getting stuff done today?
Yes, I'm like typical Friday things for work, also doing other people's jobs, the usual.
But I kept meaning to post a picture of this, but I haven't yet because I need to use some little things. But the other thing I need to work on during a time is I have my smutty scrapbook that I've been.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
And I think this one's okay. It's kind of amazing.
That's so great. I love the washi tapes too.
I know. I got a whole bunch. This is from Viper. This was in the Renegade box.
Uh-huh.
It was cute.
That's a good way to like store those.
Yeah. Because in my Tiffany Robert box that I just got, they sent a bunch more like art in it. So I'm very excited to do that while I listen to Tower of Dawn later today. But
like I feel like it's like, what are you supposed to do with all those prints? Like especially the smutty ones? Ooh,
I stocked up on washi. They finally had one of the big at my Hobby Lobby. They had this like big one that had like 30 in it, and it was finally cheaper than a set of like 5 because it was like on sale. So I think there was, how many was in it? I don't know. I think there was like 30 in it, and I got them for $12.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm obsessed with those. But yeah, no, that's exactly it. Like with the art prints, and I'd seen Virgo Reader. I don't know if you follow her, but she was doing like, she scrapbooks about every like her favorite books, and she'll like go find art prints by the authors or whatever. And I was like, that's what I need to do with them.
That's a great idea. I love it.
Yeah. Because I've been saving them up, and I was like, I don't know, like I want to put them up, but like I don't really want to have the naked ones on my wall. Just other people come to my house, and having the spider smut on my wall might not be the best thing ever. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but so anyway, I'm gonna add stuff into that later. Also, I'm not like, I mean, this, like I've been journaling for this year, but it's like you said, the more I don't have to use my own handwriting, I can't. But that is nice. It's like, this is literally a naked spider picture. What do I need to say about it? Nothing.
Exactly.
But anyway, it's relaxing while I'm listening to stuff. But
convince Jen to read a Mariana Zapata book. That will never happen.
Sorry, funny girl. Why would you want me to? Why would you want me to rag on it? Because all I would say is they're not banging. That is all that I would say. No matter how romantic or how great the sexual tension, you don't fuck till the last chapter, I'm not here for it. Or don't do it at all. I'm not here for it. I could stand that for like this big of a book, but not for this big of a book.
Like I've always said, I could read a Bible length of Mariana Zapata, and they could wait till the last page, and I would think that they would touch fingers, and that would be the sex scene for me because of how much tension she builds. And like, actually, I love a good smutty scene as much as the other person, but one of my favorite books this year was A Closed Door Romance, and it was traditionally published. I'm like, what is this world? But it was just so, like, the romance was so good. It didn't even need it. Like, I mean, it was implied, obviously, but it wasn't like explicit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't believe I love this much.
Yeah. I mean, also the thing of this funny girl is at this point too, it's kind of like a part of my personality. So if I ever read Mariana Zapata, I probably wouldn't tell anybody about it.
Well, and I feel like you'd also go into it probably with the expectation that you're not going to like it, which will make you dislike it more. So I wouldn't even, Yeah,
but I'm glad people love that. I love that. I love that.
Mariana could write a manual and I'd still read it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. She has her fans. She doesn't need me. She really doesn't. I think that I'm here for the authors that don't get the love they deserve. I think Mariana Zapata, I fully believe she's a great author from all my friends who love her. Fully believe she gets the love she needs because she can drop a book with no warning and it's a bestseller. Like, you don't need
She just got a
Jen.
book deal too, like a 6-figure book deal or something like that. And I'm like, finally, like people
So
are
I
noticing.
appreciate it. But like I'm here for these authors. How many of you guys even heard about them? You know? Like I'm here so these authors get attention, and like interviews with Jess Wisecup and Amara Ray, who I mean Jess Wisecup deserves to be the next Sarah J. Maas for the books that she's writing. But will she? I mean, we'll see. It's not impossible. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
But I mean, Mary Zapata don't need me to do that. But someday.
I think it takes time to build that readership for the most part too.
I mean, Candace, I'm the same way with Colleen Hoover. I thought about it once. I bought one, and it was on a secret TBR because a couple different booktuber friends were like, "Oh, read this one," and I was like, "Okay." I bought it. I thought about it, and then I changed my
I can't
mind.
believe you even bought it. Like Colleen Hoover's and Mariana Zapata, I would never recommend to you. Like, because I want you to enjoy the books that you read, and know that you're not gonna.
Like, to be real, like I'm sure that I would like Mariana Zapata. It's kind of that thing where like I
don't
think
know if
that
you would. I don't know, because I think about the things that you like in books, and I don't know, because you're not a huge contemporary romance person. Like even her new superhero book, I don't even think that I don't think that you would like it. Like, I mean, I think it's great because it's what I like, but I don't know that it has anything that I think you would like. I mean, the heroes are amazing. Like I think if of all of them, maybe All Roads Lead Here you might like because grumpy single dad and like Mountain Town and everything. But I don't know. I feel like it'd still be too long for you. Like,
yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. I just don't think that I like talk about the contemporaries I like as much because I don't know. I get like dark romance and paranormal and fantasy are more what I want to talk about because they're not as like a whole on booktube, even among like romance booktubers. Again, I feel like I want to bring attention to ones that other people aren't talking about. And when other people start talking about them, I'm like, great. Now I'm going to move on to this new one over here. But I mean, small town romance is literally some of my favorite stuff. Small town contemporary romance is my favorite stuff. Do I still want that to be steamy at least? Yes. Yes, I would like that to be there. But yeah, I love that kind of stuff. It's not what I've been drawn to lately.
And when there's so many other books that you want to read, it's really hard to read a book that you're not excited about.
Yes. Nope, that's exactly what it is. And I mean, you know how it is. It's a great thing when like your viewers see other people reading something and they want to know your thoughts on it. But like for me, it's like with Magnolia Parks. Who the ha would think that I would want to read that? Like
the only thing I know about is that it's super angsty, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I worry a little bit that it's going to be immature, but I don't know.
And I mean, I know how much people love it, but I'm also like, it doesn't have any of the things that I would like. Like there's like drug use in there. It's them never getting to be together. There's no steam in the book at all. And like all these things, like, but it keeps showing up in my book rec form, and I'm like, this must be your first day, or you want me.
I think it's more they just want your reaction. Yeah. Which is also fair. Like both of you will hate Magnolia Parks.
Yeah. Which is also fair. Like I get it, but I'd rather do reaction to like the squeak, the balloon. Like I'd rather do a reaction to something ridiculous than something that will just make me mad. You know, like I'm not gonna get mad.
I don't want to be mad. I want to be entertained if I'm disliking something, and those type of books I'm here for because they're gonna be entertaining while I dislike it.
But no,
but it was entertaining.
I want my favorite people to read books that I get a good reaction to. So I totally understand. I'm also like, but I still like to plan my TBR with the best hope of enjoyment. And those are starting it. But anyway, y'all, thank you for showing up. I gotta let Bree go eat. But thank you for being available in a 20-minute time span.
I know. Anytime. I'll let you know.
Bree, come hang out with me. And she's like, okay. And I love it.
I'm in.
Thank you guys for hanging out. And I will do this again and again, surprise you. So I can't tell you when the next time will be because I just decide. Like, I was going to film this morning and then I woke up and I was like, I don't want to. So I'm going to do this instead. But anyway, have a good day, everybody.
Bye.